On a warm summer night in San Jose, the jazz floats over the crowd like spun gold, wafting in the breeze. Eddie Gale is working his magic. Celebrated horn player, gifted sideman, talented band leader, and phrasing philosopher king, Gale has seen it all and played it all. In his 67 years, Gale has never lost his love of playing the trumpet and his passion for the most quintessential American musical art form, jazz. There are titles, and then there are titles, but the coolest one belongs to the man dubbed San Jose's Ambassador of Jazz by former Mayor Norman Mineta back in 1974.
All day in there. Each guy, we develop a piece of
Gale has taken that designation and run with it in an effort to raise jazz awareness and music appreciation to countless schools and colleges and music lovers in San Jose and throughout the Bay Area. Gale's own musical journey started as a young bugle-playing Cub Scout back in his hometown of Brooklyn, New York, in a city surrounded by music.
There was just so much going on. You could walk down the streets and hear people practicing with their window open, and drummers and horn players and bass players, and being around all the musicians. And see, what happened there in my town in Brooklyn was that a lot of famous people came to live in New York. They would live in Brooklyn.
In the 1950s, Brooklyn was a mecca for musicians. Jazz legend piano player Bud Powell lived around the corner from Gale, and there was a long line of emerging stars that helped shape and influence the young horn player's life and music.
The older musicians who came around, Max Roach, Jackie McLean, you know, all those great artists, because a lot of them lived there and they were from Brooklyn part too. Jackie from the city. Sonny Rollins, you know, was on the scene also. You see, Cal Massey, Randy Weston, all of these are Brooklyn musicians who emerged out of Brooklyn as being leading jazz musicians all over the world.
Gale began playing in clubs as a very young man, setting in with other musicians, including the great John Coltrane. And over time, he began recording with other artists, including Larry Young and Cecil Taylor. However, it was the outstanding alto sax player Sonny Stitt who imparted the most profound wisdom to the young horn player.
And Sonny Stitt said, "Son, go home and learn to play slow." And I said, "What is he talking about? Go and play slow. Fast as he played that horn?" And he's telling me to go home and play slow. In my mind, I wanted to play fast like that. You know, not realizing at the time that he was telling me to develop my sound and my tone by playing slow, playing ballads, for instance. I had to learn that point of view, you see, to learn to play ballads, because that's a part of the whole development of your tone and all, is to be able to hold notes for a long time and do things with the note. You know, like double tongue it, triple tongue it, you know, trill the notes. You know, I was doing that earlier when we were demonstrating with the horn a little bit. You know, just a run like that, and then, oh, what I do with that? You see, to take things and just do something with the notes, you know.
Gale gained even more acclaim in the jazz community as a trumpet player in Sun Ra's legendary group known as the Orchestra. However, after relocating to the Bay Area in the early 1970s, Gale's career took another turn. Along with playing numerous gigs and making jazz albums, the horn player from Brooklyn started working more and more with local kids promoting music.
Bringing jazz to the schools and being in tune with the political scene to something to be like I was in New York, then that gave me the opportunity to, you know, show that I was servicing the community. All my children was in school too, of course, so I would go to their school and play, you know. And from that, this is how the Ambassador of Jazz came about with Norman and Bob Stroder, you know, being community-minded people in the politics. They gave me this honor. And came to San Jose State. I was doing a concert and bought a plaque that's on the wall right now, still there, and gave me this endorsement as the Ambassador of Jazz.
Despite a busy schedule as a performer, Gale continues to be a jazz musician on a mission.